Hello, I'm Teresa Knurk, and together with my friend Nancy, we conduct historic walks through Richland, emphasizing the houses and the history of the houses through Richland. We're standing here in Jefferson Park in east central Richland, I would say, the very first area where the homes were built.
Hi, I'm Nancy Doran, and as Teresa mentioned, we do history walks. One of the things to introduce this would be to say that shortly after the United States joined World War II, President Roosevelt signed an order for a secret project, and he sent Colonel Franklin Matthias to eastern Washington to find a location for that project. Matthias flew over southeastern Washington. He was looking for an area that was isolated, lots of cold water. It had to have electricity. And it turns out that the area now referred to as the Hanford site, which was then the three towns of Hanford, White Bluffs, and Richland combined, checked off every single thing on his box. And the people who lived there were told they would have to leave the area because the government was taking over their houses. They hired an architect from Spokane, G. Alban Pearson, and asked him to design a city. Wasn't sure he wanted to do it, but it was wartime, and so he did.
So Pearson began his work rather quickly. He agreed in March. By April, he had plans for what we are now calling alphabet houses. And this is the exact area where they started building the very first group of homes. So right behind me here, you will see an A house, which is a duplex, a two-story duplex with 3 bedrooms on either side, a large, spacious house. You'll see 3 F houses, and those are single family with 3 bedrooms, very nice homes. And you'll see how people have adapted these. These were built in 1943, and they've been beautifully maintained. Also nearby are B houses, which is a 1-story duplex, a 2-family home, 1-story, 2 bedrooms on either side. And of course, we are near the river, so that would be prime real estate, and many homes were built with a view of the river.
When Pearson designed the houses, this was wartime, and so the government did not want to be extravagant, but Pearson wanted to create good houses for these people who were going to be operating the reactors, although at the time, none of the people knew quite what they were working on. And this is in the days before there was air conditioning, but he arranged that every room that was possible had cross ventilation so they could open windows in this hot desert air and get a breeze through. The houses had linen closets and coat closets by the door and a closet in every room. We take that for granted now, but you couldn't have taken that for granted at that time.
Besides having floor plans and actual physical plans for these homes, Pearson had a plan for the town. Remember, he was asked to build and design the entire town, schools, drugstores, grocery stores, gas stations, all manner of services that people needed, barbershops, beauty shops, and so on. So it's very interesting. He produced something in November of 1943 called the Pearson Report, which he submitted to Colonel Matthias, to General Leslie Groves, saying, here's the deal, here's my plan for Richland. He had a philosophy of neighborhoods. He wanted to create neighborhoods. These people were coming from Oklahoma, from Arkansas, from Texas. They were coming from all over the country to work here, and he wanted them to have good homes, and more importantly, he wanted them to stay and complete the project. Again, no one, maybe he knew, I don't know. Very few people knew exactly what was going on out at the site. They simply reported to work every day, came home to their nice homes, and stayed. A great many of them, of course, stayed. Many of the homes came furnished. So your monthly rent, which was very modest and very affordable that you paid to the DuPont Corporation, included furnishings if you so desired. And so you could step into a house and be fully ready. If you needed anything, the DuPont company provided you with coal, they provided you with light bulbs, they painted if you needed painting. It was all taken care of for you. You simply needed to maintain it in a reasonable way and go to work every day and then come home and enjoy. So there is a book, part of the Pearson Report is the A to Z homes. Now, we're standing in the 1943-44 neighborhood, and most of the homes were built then. But in 1948, the government realized, the AEC back then, that this might be a project to stay. So this book, it's the ABC of the homes from A to Z. This book contains the floor plans, drawings, dimensions, everything you would want to find out about any of the homes.